Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Ultimately, each man has his own definition of beauty. Ultimately. Now I know, and this is a little bit of a follow-up of that video I did, my sit-down video I did this morning talking about not putting that woman on a pedestal, but I was talking about that consensusly beautiful woman. And yeah, you notice I always say consensusly. I never say objectively, because I don't care how many women you put that to, or who you put that to, or who says it, or what publication. It still depends on the man. It still depends. It depends on the woman. It depends on the individual. Consensusly just means a great many people find that person, or in this case, that woman, very attractive. But there's going to be somebody who's going to be like, eh. I always tell the story when I was on this job, and me and this other dude thought this young lady was the bomb. And this other guy, he saw it, he was like, eh. And that's just a reality. That's just a reality out this joint. You can't be worried about what everybody else thinks. Because I remember it was years ago when I had a young lady I was going out with. We're no longer going out. And she's actually doing well, though. But we're no longer going out, so don't look for the video. But I remember there was some praises on there, but one guy was like, hey, I can get you a better woman. I can get you a better woman. And my response to him was, dude, why are you worried about where my dick goes? As long as she attractive to me, that's all that matters. And I was thinking about that, even as I talk about consensusly beautiful women that put them on a pedestal. Every man has his type. In fact, even a very close friend of mine, he says, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It was like, he don't have like that whole 1 to 10 scale. He got that whole scale. His scale is 0, he don't want to fuck him, and 1, he'll fuck him. And that's it. That's all he has to worry about. And I'm going to tell you what. I was just thinking about that, because everybody is going to have something different. Like, I'm going to be real. For me, most women, even if they are labeled as beautiful, are average to me. Beauty don't really faze me that much. And then the other day, I thought about this one young lady I used to know way back in the day, who to me was very beautiful. But most women don't compare to her. Most women. In fact, I was thinking about that. I was at a 4th of July parade with my sons this past week, and this past Friday, this past 4th of July. And they had these young ladies who were won some beauty contest. I was like, they average to me. They were just average to me. Now, somebody else will probably be like, drooling and all of that. But, when it comes down to it, though, every man has to go for what he likes, what's good for him. He can't worry about everybody else, because somebody else don't agree. One of the worst things I see is a man getting somebody worried about what some other man think. See, I'm going to tell you what. See, some other men might be slick about it. You'll get with a woman, have a good time, and he'll be like, oh, she ugly, she ain't all this, right? And then some dude will be stupid enough to break up from the woman. All right, he breaking up from her. But then all of a sudden, that same dude who was calling her ugly, saying this and that, is stroking her brains out. See, ultimately, it's about who gets your joint hard and who don't. Seriously, that's all it is. That's all you can worry about. That's all you can deal with. Who get your joint hard and who doesn't. Because a man ultimately has to like worry about his own taste, who he want. He can't worry about what somebody else is saying or trying to please somebody else, because you can't please everybody. Now, real quick, this is one of those times I'ma have to like split this apart, because I'll just say somebody don't want to be on camera right now. And I'll just say somebody. Don't worry about it. Alright? So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. It'll be probably half an hour for me, a few seconds for y'all. Or a second for y'all. Alright. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Like I said, a second for y'all. Maybe half an hour otherwise. Sometimes Rom gotta drive some people around, people close to me. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, right? I was talking about ultimately beauty is in a man, whatever a man likes, that's beautiful. Look, as a man, don't worry about everybody else. Look, regardless of the type of woman you like, if you like that woman who maybe just got an average face but big breasts, go for it. Or you like that BBW. Because I know some guys, they like that BBW. Like somebody they can flip over. Got those thighs that rub together. Shit. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Or be like somebody like me, like that big old round badunk. You remember, I just say, see, some guys be thinking I like breasts. I just say that for comedic effect. I really like that butt. And those thighs, thick thighs save lives. And shit. I be looking, though. You get those thighs that rub together, though. And shit. And I'm going to tell you what, even a little cellulite, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Because one of the things is, every man gotta be sovereign in his choices. See, he can't be trying to impress everybody else with the woman he has, because he's the one whose dick going in her. And I'm gonna put it that way. He's the one gotta talk to her. And yeah, you're gonna get some guys, they like, I wouldn't deal with her. Okay, then motherfucker, shit. That's one less person you gotta worry about trying to cheat with her or trying to hit on her. Shoot. And I ain't gonna lie, there was a point where when I was younger, I gave a shit about that. Not as much now. Shit, as long as I like looking at them, because I'm gonna tell you what, you got some guys, they want like those perfect 10s. In fact, the person that was just riding with me was telling me about an ex that wanted her to look like an Essence model. And I'm like, that's stupid as shit. Because first of all, like, you got some guys, let me tell y'all about some of those women that y'all be seeing on those magazines. Or even some of those women y'all see on social media or whatever the case. Yeah, they look good there, but you always got to take in consideration stuff like makeup. You got to take that in consideration. Lighting, professional photographers. A photographer might take 100 shots and just share like 2 of the pictures. You can't worry about that. And in fact, I was telling the young lady that was riding in the car with me, now I don't share anything with y'all. I don't share everything. I was telling her that about some women I had dealt with. And those women, when they took off their makeup, they would look totally different. They would look totally different. In fact, I'm somebody, I like a woman who's more natural. I ain't a big fan of makeup for that reason. But see, that's me. But you see some guys, they get all caught up because some women can wear that makeup so good, you don't even realize they wearing makeup. Like, I dealt with this one woman I mean, she could put her makeup on tight. You didn't even realize it. But then we had sex at this motel, and she took a shower first. I was like, damn, hold up. Where all that stuff come from? Where that face come from? All those marks and everything. But, you know what? Still, at the end of the day, I ain't really mind her. And I'm going to tell you what. Every man has to really worry about himself. He got to be selfish. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about trying to impress a bunch of other guys. Because trust me, that other guy who might think your woman look good or impressed, or even if he tried to talk some trash, like I said earlier, you might get rid of that woman thinking she don't look good, or she do look good to a lot of guys, but they constantly trying to hit on her when you not looking up. Trust me, I ain't even gonna get into dirty macking. I ain't even gonna get into dirty macking, but y'all know there's a lot of that. Some of y'all might have gone through that. Had that fine woman. In fact, if you've had that attractive woman that a so-called friend still tried to holler at on the low, just put a one in the comment box, because that shit happens. But you don't need any bullshit like that. You don't need any bullshit like that. And really, that's a whole other conversation. I'll just say this about somebody dirty macking. They ain't your friend if they trying to fuck with your woman. They ain't your friend. Like, there's somebody who watches these videos now. He know who he is. He'll point out a woman he messing with. And I'll say, oh, no, I can't mess with her. That's you, dog. That's you. He know who I'm talking about. Because I was checking out a woman. I say, you know her? In fact, I threw a name out to him. I say, you know her? And he said, no. I say, phew. All right, I can mess with her now. I don't mess with anybody I'm cool with, I'm friends with. I don't be doing that dirty macking shit. That's a whole other video. But seriously, you'll get that though. But whatever the case, whether somebody else think your woman look good, whether they think they don't look good, it don't matter. All that matters is you and your dick. Like, whatever you like. Like, everybody don't like those big breastises or even that butt dump. I knew this dude, he like women on the slim side. That's him. Remember, just like there's different types of men for women, there's different types of women. Every man gonna like something different. That's why I jump on it when some guys be trying to talk objective. It ain't shit objective. And that's why I called it for what it is. That's some bullshit. Ain't nothing objective. Everybody likes something different. Like there's been some times when somebody would talk about some movie star talking about everybody thinks she beautiful. I don't think she's shit. And I told the dude, he was talking about one movie star. I was like, nah, she don't got no food. I'll be looking at that ass. And let's just be real. We gotta play the race card here. Different races be liking different types of women any damn way. Sure. Because you know the brothers like that woman is like, you's a big fine woman, you can back that thing up. And then even certain classes be liking some slim woman or something. Talking about they beautiful. I remember this time, like even just that race card thing. I remember this time, there was some video, they were talking about this woman had a perfect ass, and it was a white woman. And a bunch of brothers, they saw the picture. They were commenting, they were like, nah, she don't got no ass. She perfect. And you know what? That's cool. Everybody gonna think something. Like, one of the worst things is when somebody try to project that shit. Shoot, I've had guys show me pictures of women, and they be like, damn, that's just it. And you be like, And but that's cool though. See, as a man, you just worry about what you can get. You worry about your woman. You worry about your woman. You worry about who you find attractive. And not just who you find attractive, but as I always say, who's in cooperation to your operation. And then really what you find is beautiful, it's gonna be more than physicality, especially as you get older. It's gonna be way more than physicality. Because as a more mature man, yeah, I'm looking at that big round, but I ain't gonna lie, I love a big round ass. But then I'm thinking about, okay, what's she talking about? Because, like, I remember one time I saw this woman, and man, she had that body. I was like, yeah. But then she opened her mouth. She's like, hey, how you doing? She sounded like one of the fellas. I was like, okay, not her. I can't mess with her. Funk that. Shit. I was like, nah. I was like, nah. Because I be looking at a lot of stuff, and then once you understand stuff like social class, subculture, stuff like that, you be looking at a lot more things anyway. And see, and even that, right? Now, I might look at personality as much and spirit, what she trying to do. Is she in cooperation with my operation? But I'm looking at it from a different perspective, from somebody maybe who she just need to be fine. Had that face card and everything. And indeed, like I said, there's some guys, they looking for that woman who is supermodel of the world. Now, I can say, be realistic all I want, but if that's what they want, that's what they want. Because a big part of it, and that really is a whole other conversation. A big part of what a man's going to want is going to be depending on how sexually open he is. Because someone with a high libido, he can get with almost anybody, but somebody with a low libido, a woman would need to be damn near perfect for him. And I've seen some guys like that. I've known some guys, they got a low libido, because then the woman got to be more perfect for them. But see, that gets into some deeper stuff. As always, another video. Always got something to talk about. Just one thing to keep in mind is this relationship thing is both simple, but then there's so many little nuances. And there's so many little nuances because, quite frankly, there's so many different people and what they're going to want. It is what it is. But the thing every man should worry about is his own nuances, what he like. Because I like that big round butt. I like those thick thighs, which save lives. Shit. And the breasts, it depends on, as long as they got the fat butt, the thick thighs, which save lives. As long as they got that, I'm so-so about the breasts. As long as they ain't ridiculous. You know? Now, if they got big breasts but don't have a butt dump, I'm like, they would have to have, well, usually I haven't dealt with them. Now, I've dealt with some women who they had a decent butt, they had a big round butt dump, but they had those thick thighs, which saved lives. They had those thick thighs, nice legs. I like some fat legs. But it still come down to the woman, and it still come down to what my tastes are. And any man, it comes down to what their tastes are. They shouldn't have to worry about everybody else. Don't worry about it. You gotta do you. You gotta do you. So anyway, go ahead and get something. I don't got much to say today, but ultimately it's your choice, it's your decision, it's who you want to deal with. Don't worry about everybody else's shit. Don't worry about trying to please everybody in the world. As long as you like looking at her, as long as your dick gets hard with her, as long as she's in cooperation, as long as she's fulfilling the criteria that you want, that's all that matters. All right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all with something else tomorrow. Peace and blessings.